This is News OSU for Tuesday, February 7th. We are glad to be back with you for this spring semester. I'm Alyssa Sanchez. We begin in Turkey and Syria, where at least 5,000 people have been killed in a powerful earthquake. The earthquake hit early Monday morning and registered 7.8 on the Richter scale. Buildings were destroyed and roads were damaged from both the quake and a strong aftershock that followed. The president of Turkey has called for 7 days of national mourning due to the quakes. Oklahomans aren't strangers to natural disasters. As many Oklahomans know, severe weather is a common occurrence and can happen at any moment. But how does our state rank up against the rest of the nation? As Katie Leard tells us, one county in Oklahoma is ranked at the top of the charts.
In an analysis of 3 decades worth of Federal Emergency Management Association data, USA Today announced that Caddo County, Oklahoma, has tied with another county for the most declared natural disasters in the country since 1990. Along with Lawrence County, Kentucky, Caddo County has had a total of 30 major disaster declarations. To classify as a declared natural disaster, the President of the United States must make a declaration of disaster that he or she believes causes more damage than is manageable by the state or local government, providing funding for the recovery. This declaration is usually only provided for lower income areas.
So a natural disaster is going to have no political implications to it. It means that there are certain pools of money that are set aside in the state and federal budgets that are dedicated to emergencies and natural disasters that aren't available to individuals, businesses, and communities because we haven't declared it yet.
Oklahoma weather is rarely predictable, meaning that a day like today can go from bright and sunny to severe storms and flooding, like that. The natural disaster declarations from Caddo County have included severe weather from tornadoes in the 90s, wildfire threats in 2005, and even the severe winter storms in the past 2 years.
The ice storm back in 2020, I'm still in the process of working with FEMA to collect some money off of that disaster.
Towns like Anadarko, Oklahoma have suffered a lot and are always in preparation for the next disaster.
I don't know, it just seems like you're either preparing for a severe weather day in the spring and summer and fall, or you're preparing for an ice storm, a snowstorm.
Even with the threat from above, small towns like this one have proven resilient and are ready to face what's to come. For News OSU, I'm Katie Leard.
President Joe Biden says he's getting ready to deliver the annual State of the Union address this week. Monday morning, the president tweeted a picture of what appears to be his draft of the speech inside a binder. A plate of cookies and a mug with a Camp David seal are next to the binder. Biden is set to address Congress Tuesday night at the U.S. Capitol. The annual address will provide Biden the chance to highlight key priorities and agenda items. It comes as Biden faces heightened scrutiny over the handling of classified documents after he left the presidency. This year's State of the Union will take place with Republicans nearly in control of the House, a position of power the party is using to launch congressional oversight investigations aimed at Biden's administration. China's foreign ministry has called a Chinese unmanned airship entering U.S. airspace an unexpected situation. The ministry's spokesperson claims the balloon, which traveled from Alaska to South Carolina, was used for scientific research such as meteorology. But it deviated from its scheduled route due in part to westerly winds. The balloon was shot down off the coast of South Carolina on Saturday. The ministry says the airship's flight over the U.S. was, quote, entirely an unexpected situation caused by force majeure. They emphasized the need for diplomacy in the wake of the discovery. This after U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken postponed his upcoming visit to China following news of the balloon. The ministry says diplomatic teams are responsible for dealing with some unexpected situations, commonly to properly manage bilateral relations. Another airborne vehicle similar to the Chinese surveillance balloon seen flying over the United States has been spotted in at least 2 Latin American countries this week. There were a number of sightings of an objective from eyewitnesses in Costa Rica and Colombia. that at this point cannot be confirmed by CNN as Chinese balloons. Colombian media are reporting sightings of the balloon flying at about 70,000 feet over the South American country's airspace. Citing the Colombian military, there have also been reports that there was a balloon seen flying over Costa Rica, which could be the same one. Locally, Stillwater voters are set to vote on a bond issue on February 14th. News OSU Brody Myers shows us how it will benefit technology in the classroom.
The upcoming Stillwater bond issue is set to fund a new building for the high school, but it's also going to fund technology in classrooms across the district.
In my mind, too, it's a competition. You know, the Edmonds, the Normans, the people that we compete against academically.
And Stillwater wants to compete with the use of technology. The district plans to give all students a dedicated Chromebook. They'll take it to school and home from 8th grade through senior year.
But that technology part of it isn't going away. It makes us more productive.
Some of the benefits of laptops in the classroom are evident. Savings of paper, easy access to research materials, and more. But there's also an inherent value for kids interacting with tech in school. Heather Anderson is an educational technology consultant. She deals in this every day.
So I feel like it opens up a world of possibilities for students to absorb more information and for them to become creators.
The lifespan of a Chromebook is about 5 years. That's also the duration between 8th grade and senior year of high school. So the district will need to buy new computers as they age out. The bond issue provides those dollars that SPS may not otherwise have.
So people assume that we get money from the state because we go through the budgeting process every year, but the reality of it is we don't get enough money to do all the things that we're required to do.
That's where the bond comes in. Out of the total $195 million, $38.4 million is dedicated to spend on textbooks, laptops, and more.
So for our kids to be able to compete, we're going to work really hard and give them spaces and places to do that.
And you can see the language of the bond on the Stillwater Schools website, stillwaterschools.com. For News OSU in Stillwater, I'm Brody Myers.
Thanks, Brody. Voters can see a sample ballot for the election by visiting the online Oklahoma voter portal. At Oklahoma State, the Communication Sciences and Disorder Clinic offers a unique opportunity for clients and students in the program. As Aubrey Cooper tells us, the CDIS clinic is on a mission to improve the quality of life for the Oklahomans through their services.
Who is that?
The Speech, Language, and Hearing Clinic houses all the tools for patients and clinicians to succeed. With the common goal in mind, students, staff, and faculty want to provide exceptional services to the community regardless of your ability to pay.
As a land-grant university, one of our primary mission is to serve the community. We are one of the very few undergraduate programs in the country to offer an opportunity for our seniors to have their own patient.
It's like the best way for us to learn because it's like literally just hands-on experience.
Like, we have a huge materials room with so many different options, and it's really nice to get to like pick and choose from whenever you're like working with the clients.
Yeah, it's close. You know, in a way, they also help us as students because like this is how we learn. Right. So it's kind of they're benefiting like us and we are benefiting them. Yeah.
While the CDIS clinic is setting the standard for healthcare, Oklahoma is ranked second in the nation for highest rate of uninsured citizens.
Regardless where you live and what is your economical background, love for people in Oklahoma to receive the care that they're entitled to. Giving them the gift to communicate is a big thing.
I like to think that like one day when I have a job, I'm going to just make a really big difference in a lot of people's lives.
If we play a small part in improving their quality of life, we're happy to do it free of cost. And we are very fortunate we are able to do that through the OSU Speech, Language, Hearing Clinic.
To learn more about the services offered, visit the CDIS clinic during operating hours or go to their website. For News OSU, I'm Aubrey Cooper.
Here is a look at upcoming events on campus. Thursday night will be paint night at the Student Union. It's a chance for art therapy and stress relief. The event will take place at 7 p.m. in the Starlight Terrace. The event will be limited to the first 100 people who show up. Self-defense clinics will be held at the Colvin on Saturday. There will be 2 sessions, one for females at 9 a.m. The other will be co-ed starting at 10:45 a.m. The classes will be held in Dance Studio 1. Finally, we received notice from more than one residential hall regarding Super Bowl watch parties next Sunday. The game starts at 5:30 p.m. After the great weather over the weekend, it will feel more like February for the next few days. Our News OSU forecast calls for rain chances to continue through Wednesday. Highs through the rest of the work week will be near 50 degrees, with lows to the mid-20s to the low 30s. If you've been to any OSU basketball games recently, you might have noticed a new building across the parking lot from Gallagher-Iba Arena. As Lauren Suarez tells us, there's no need to wonder any longer.
Standing at more than 100 feet tall, the new St. John Catholic Student Center is now open. The campus priest, Father Kerry Wakulich, said that this project has been in the works since October of 2016. The church is set to open April 29th, but the Student Center is open to the public.
When you walk in the front door, there's a big arch and it says, "When I was a stranger, you welcomed me." And that's how you welcome people in. Like, you help other people enter into this beautiful community of a family.
Since the opening, Lauren Lewis, a campus missionary, has gotten the chance to talk to more students.
So far this week, I've already had so many more conversations with people just by literally walking around this building. Like, people are like studying and like spending time here and eating here and just like spending their free time here. And so I've gotten to like meet more people and just like talk to people who I never would have talked to.
The structure of St. John's is based off of the Basilica of St. Ambrose in Milan, Italy.
I'm here at the newly remodeled St. John Catholic Student Center, where students can come to study, hang out, or go to church.
I love that it's so close to campus. I can just like come straight from class to here, and then there's like always the chapel in the basement, and I can just go there whenever I want.
For those who are curious, people are welcome to explore the new building.
Come in and check it out. You never know what you're gonna find. Maybe it's not for you, okay, but it's probably gonna be, and you should give it a chance. Maybe if you're skeptical or unsure, give it the chance to change your mind, and I think you'll be surprised at what comes of it.
For the O State Report, I'm Lauren Suarez.
Mike Boynton and the men's basketball team have hit their stride. After an early conference play slump, the Cowboys are racking up a stretch of important wins, the most recent against TCU. Oklahoma State started off strong in the first half, but blew a 19-point second-half lead before sealing the win to beat number 15 TCU 79-73. Caleb Boone scored 25 points, Caleb Asbury added 19 points, and John Michael Wright had 17 for OSU.
We played good off of each other this game, I believe, and that opened up a lot of shots for everybody on the team. But, just trying to control the offense is what I really was trying to do.
A 20-3 run by TCU cut the loss, and Damian Ball's layup pulled the Horned Frogs within 51-49 with 11 minutes and 51 seconds left. Oklahoma State answered with 6 straight points to end the immediate threat. Wright took over for the Cowboys. His three-pointer with 3 minutes and 38 seconds left gave Oklahoma State the lead for good at 66-65. TCU pulled within 72-70 with a minute and 33 seconds left on a three-pointer by Wells. But Boone scored a pair of close-in baskets with 29.1 seconds left to make it 76-71. Asbury sealed the win with 2 free throws with 19.3 seconds left.
Our guys met the challenge today. Prepared well, got off to a good start. So I was really, really proud of how they approached the game from a mental standpoint.
The Cowboys have won 3 straight games and 5 of the 6 to move back into a potential spot in the NCAA tournament. OSU will take on Texas Tech Wednesday, February 8th at 7 p.m. at Gallagher-Iba Arena. With News OSU, I'm Melissa Sanchez. Looking ahead, we can't forget the Cowgirls, who are in 5th place in the Big 12. J.C. Hoyt's team will take on West Virginia tonight at 6:30. As mentioned earlier, the Cowboys will play Texas Tech tomorrow night at 7 p.m. in GIA. Cowgirl softball will kick off their season against Oregon this Friday night at 6 p.m. That game will be played in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. And that's News OSU for Tuesday, February 7th. I'm Melissa Sanchez. From all of us here, stay safe, and we'll see you next weekend on News OSU.